Hello guys and welcome back to another Nerdbender YouTube video. So this is like the third video I've uploaded in I think it's like around a week now. Like I'm genuinely uploading content more than once every 2 weeks. Brilliant. But yeah, today it's a bit of a weird video because it's a video about a weird topic. But today, 30th of January 2019, marks the day that the Wii Shop Channel on the Nintendo Wii, of course, is closing. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, like, if it wasn't already closed, or like why they even need to close it. But well, I don't know the answers to these questions because I'm not an insider at Nintendo. I don't work for them. I'm not one of their like spokespeople or whatever. But a lot of the reasons are probably just like logical. Like they have to shut down the shop someday. It's only like weird to people because it's the first ever time that they've done it, because no Nintendo console or anything before it had a digital shop. Obviously we have like stuff like the NES, the SNES, the Game Boy, the N64, GameCube and the DS, and the Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color that came before. The Wii, none of them had a digital store. But every Nintendo console since the Wii, I believe, has had a digital store. I'm just trying to think if... Wait, no, the DSi had a digital store anyway. I wasn't sure if the DSi came after the Wii or not. Actually, I could just check for you. I will check just a secondo. You know, I'm gonna do another one of them poor things. Okay, I've just checked and I'm reading this from in front of me. The DSi was released on November 1st, 2008. And I know the Wii was released in 2006, so... No, actually, also, just out of interest, has the DSi store even closed? Has the DSi store closed? Yeah, it's been closed. They closed it in 2017, actually. But yeah, anyways, enough about that. So, the Wii Shop is closing. Now, the first thing, slightly less important thing about this, but nonetheless I want to remind you of it. The Wii Shop closing is an important reminder about the preservation of video games. Like, keeping games digitally, like, I know I do it, like, all the time. Like, apart from on my Nintendo Switch, I don't really have physical games at all, I don't think. I mean, I can see a physical game I've got right in front of me, but... Well, firstly, that's Sims 4 Expansion Pack, and the original one got Disc and Box 2, but yeah, that's unimportant right now. So, eventually, over time, all these digital stores will close, and I don't know about whether this will be certain, but you might not be able to get your games back. So, now, you will get a warning in advance that stores are closing when they will, so you'll know to have all the games that you're going to get stored. But it's still an important reminder, nonetheless. Anyways, the more important thing that I wanted to talk about is that the Wii Shop closing pretty much signals the end of an era for the Wii. The Wii launched in 2006, and it's been with us for a long time, and now, aside from Mii Maker and the obviously the game you're playing, or games that you already have downloaded, apart from that, everything on the Wii no longer. I think the Wii Shop is still open until like the end of today, so get your games while you can. I mean, you can't add any more points, but if you've got points, spend them if you can. So, because when the Wii launched and throughout its time, it had a lot of different apps, like the Weather Channel, the News Channel, had the Everybody Votes Channel. There was other ones that I can't remember. I would Google them, but I don't want to waste your time. Actually, yeah, let's go for it. Channels on the Wii. Oh, yeah. There. So, the Internet Channel. I mean, another thing is that the video streaming apps on there will no longer work, like Netflix and YouTube. So, don't be relying on your Wii anymore for them, but that shouldn't be a problem. I mean, you can watch YouTube on pretty much any device nowadays. Like, just in my room I have 3 devices that I can watch YouTube on. If I brought my Switch in here, I'd have 4. Actually, technically I've got 5, because I can watch it on the Xbox and also on Sky. But again, that's unimportant. I haven't really even talked about what I want to talk about yet, but I just want to say the Wii has been absolutely great since it first dropped in 2006. When Satoru Iwata revealed it for us, yeah, and for a lot of us, particularly for people my age, and for people that don't really play video games, it was their first ever gaming experience. The Wii was my first gaming experience. I mean, the Wii got a lot of people into gaming just because of how simple games on the Wii were. Like, Wii Sports, just shake the Wii remote and stuff happens. And there were a lot of truly great games on the Wii. And although we'll still be able to play those games, it really does signify the end of the road for the Wii. The Wii is basically just now like your N64 or your GameCube or your SNES or your NES. They're now just systems that you can play games on. You can't use apps on them. Actually, one thing I don't know about is if you're still able to get the homebrew channel on the Wii. I'm not too sure. But I'm not going to Google it. You can find out for yourself if you want to know. I mean, what I'm saying is, the Wii has been great, and although we're not saying goodbye to the Wii, it's still been an important part of many of our lives, and it's probably still Nintendo's greatest console ever. As in, like, best for its time. Like, obviously newer consoles are better because more technology is available and stuff, but if you weren't around at the time, it's impossible to understand the influence that the Wii had. But if you lived there and then, you know how important how important it was for so many of our lives. And for some of us, for some people, it was the only other time they played video games. For others, it was just like any other console for them, and for some, it kickstarted something special. I think the Wii gave us some truly great games. And the interesting thing about the Wii is a lot of the games weren't even that good. I mean, they were still fun. Like Wii Sports and Wii Play. They weren't groundbreaking games, but they sold a lot. Like, I'm gonna get the exact figure. Wii Sports sales. Like, admittedly, it was bundled with the console, but it sold. Actually, this is in 2009. I'm reading. But can I have a more up to date guide, please? The Wii Sports sold a total copy of 82.86 million copies. Just saying that's huge. I mean, there've been a lot of people who've bought it used and played it. So really, I assume at least 100 million people have played Wii Sports. Probably way more. And the other game that I was talking about, I was thinking, Wii Play. Like, that game was just simple mini games that just demonstrated the capabilities of the Wii remote. That sold 28 million copies. Again, admittedly, that was bundled in with a Wii remote, I believe. Other things here, I'm trying to look for another example. Again, I can't really find one. Oh, of course, Wii Music. That wasn't even like a proper music game in its own right. It had loads of music, but it wasn't like your Guitar Hero or your Rock Band or whatever other music games there is. It was, I mean, that sold 3 million copies. It's just, the Wii had some mind-blowing figures. so many people played Wii games. And in total, the Wii sold 101.63 million units. That's absolutely huge. I believe that's like 3 times the population of this country. Probably more. I don't even actually know what the population of this country is. So, as of 2017, the population in the United Kingdom was 66 million. That's not too. Actually, the population of England is 54.79 million as of the 2011s, as of 2015. So more or less 55 million. So nearly 2 Wiis were sold for every person in England. Obviously, people bought them elsewhere. But I'm just putting into perspective the mind-blowing figures that the Wii reached. If you ask anyone, like, between the age of, like, between, like, the age of, like, between the age of, like, 10 and maybe even, like late 40s, they all have memories of the Wii. Lots of people played the Wii, and to be honest, it may be the greatest gaming console of all time. And its controller was far from what you'd expect. Like, typically, game controllers, you think something like this. Apologies for showing an Xbox controller in a Nintendo themed video, but hey, I'm just showing you. You expect this like comfortable shape, not like a cuboid that like tracks movements or whatever. The Wii will always be remembered closely by people. You can't underestimate the importance it had on so many lives. I literally just can't put it into words how great the Wii was. And I'm sad to see the Wii Shop go. But the Wii will never be forgotten. I'm telling you now. And so that pretty much brings it to an end. So I literally haven't been able to put it into words the whole video, how great the Wii was. Yeah. And last thing I wanted to say was, I realised what I did wrong in the Rubik's Cube video, and I'm gonna make another video, like revenge on the Rubik's Cube, whatever, possibly Friday. I don't know, I'm not gonna make any promises. But yeah, until next time, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.